later by another Chikurubi maximum prison officer who offloads damning allegations that the persecuted legislator Job Sikhala was poisoned while at the institution. The officer, whose name is withheld, narrates in lengthy detail about Sikhala's health. I have been in the service as a prison officer for more than 20 years now. I have always carried out my duties professionally without political considerations. With the way how the ZPS is now being run, I have decided not to review my annual renewal contract after the end of this year. Political threats, unprofessional activities, and the serious rot of corruption and nepotism in the prison services have frustrated me to call it to quit. Since the detention of Job Sikhala, things have not been normal in the prison services. The whole ZPS system dramatically changed for the worse. There is no day that passes without being called to meetings both at the prison or HQ to discuss issues to do with Job Sikhala. Our internal security system has been transformed into a Sikhala agency. Prison officers who greet Sikhala must be recorded, secretly stalked, monitored, and confronted for their political affiliation. Threats of political consequences are thrown daily to several prison offices. We are no longer operating normally. Even national prison events scheduled annually in August and December have been cancelled because of Sikhala. Last year, the annual family weeks where prison inmates are allowed a week's unlimited visitors by their relatives in August and during the Christmas holidays were cancelled because of Job Sikhala. He was regarded as the most dangerous security threat in the country. Prison officers are being threatened that they must maltreat Job Sikhala or else they may be fired or detained. Prison officers are forced to ill-treat Job Sikhala because the wishes of Wakuru. On our daily security briefings, prison officers are directed to make sure that Job Sikhala is not allowed to talk to his relatives, friends, or any prison officer. He must not be allowed to access certain personalities from CCC, and certain classified lawyers were not allowed to see him. He was also not allowed accessing to any form of medication because the prison authorities directed his poisoning the first weeks he was detained. The poisoning was organized by a few architects getting directives from certain government quarters, a faction in the government that regards Job Sikhala filtrates as a dangerous threat, working in conjunction with the Commissioner Chihovu to organize the raids of Job Sikhala's single core as a routine search. Among that several prison officers who raided Job Sikhala's cell was one individual who came from the HQ with the slow poison cancerous product to which he threw on Sikhala's scattered food in the cells. The cancerous substance thrown will slowly kill Job Sikhala the way it did to Morgan Tsvangirai. If you look at Job Sikhala today, he is totally different from the Job Sikhala who was detained a year ago. The poison was made is because the current officer in charge at Chikurubi Maximum Prison, Moses Gukurume, is the brother-in-law of the CG. They are married to sister from the same family. He was dubiously nominated to OIC from the OC's department. He is stationed at Chikurubi for the CG's hatched jobs. Moses Gukurume carries orders with the zeal of a kind of players. They take the prison department as their family PlayStation. Recently, Gukurume was ordered to raid Sikhala's prison cell to be seized any form of medication Sikhala was taking to quicken the poisoning effects. In the process, we admitted that he seized Sikhala's BP tablets he was taking daily. The net effect is to cause Sikhala to stroke and publicly announce that Sikhala has died of cardiac arrest after the toll of prison life was heavy on him, to coincide the poisoning they did on him. The loss of weight by Job Sikhala ought to inform everyone that something is wrong. I have decided to review all this at the risk of being caught, but I don't forget how one who was with us helped several MDC members from the vulture behavior of the system I am working for. I shall continue to upgrade all of you as and when I discover more deals happening at our workplace against innocent opposition party.